वक्रतुंडा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय गणपति महिमाशनहारे गणपति महिमाशनहारे गणपति महिमाशनहारे गणपति महिमाशनहारे जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय गोविंदा गोपाला मनमोहन श्याम कन्हैया मुरलीधर गोपाला धन श्याम नंद के लाला जय गोविंदा गोपाला मनमोहन श्याम कन्हैया मुरलीधर गोपाला धन श्याम नंद के लाला श्याम नंद के लाला। जिसका कोई नहीं इस जग में उसका मीत कन्हैया, बंसी बजैया रास रचैया काली नागन दैया। जिसका कोई नहीं इस जग में उसका मीत कन्हैया, बंसी बजैया रास रचैया काली नागन दैया। राजा हो या दीन भिखारी सबका को रखवाला, मुरली धर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला। जय गोविंदा गोपाला मनमोहन श्याम कन्हैया, मुरली धर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला। जय गोविंदा गोपाला मनमोहन श्याम कन्हैया, मुरली धर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला। ओ मुरली धर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला। ओ मुरली धर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला।
तुम्ही हो माता पिता, तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम्ही हो माता पिता, तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम्ही हो।
राम नाम की लूट है, लूट सके तो लूट, अंतकाल पछताएगा जब प्राण जाएगी छूट। ये मन में राम तन में राम, मेरे मन में राम रोम रोम में राम रे रास में ध्यान लगाए जो जगत के खाए बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम 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 मेरे मन में राम रोम रोम में राम रे रास में ध्यान लगाए जो जगत के खाए बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम 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 माया में जाओ अब क्यों करता मरवाई जब और साथ छुड़ाए माया में तू जाओ उड़ाए अब क्यों करता मरवाई जब और साथ छुड़ाए दिन तो बीता दौड़े धूप में दिन तो बीता दौड़े धूप में डर जाए ना शाकरे बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम राम मेरे मन में राम रोम रोम में राम रे रास में ध्यान लगाए जो जगत के खाए बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम 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 बचपन बीता खेल खेल में बड़ी जवानी सोया बचपन बीता खेल खेल में बड़ी जवानी सोया देख बुढ़ापा अब की सोच क्या पाया क्या खोया देर नहीं है अब की बनने देर नहीं है अब की बनने मेरे उसका नाम बोलो राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम 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 मेरे मन में राम रोम रोम में राम रे राम सुमिर में ध्यान लगाए जो जगत के राम रे बोलो राम काला एक बांसुरी वाला बांसुरी वाला बांसुरी वाला बांसुरी वाला वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला सुध बिसरा गया मोरी रे सुध बिसरा गया मोरी माखन चोर हो नंद किशोर हो माखन चोर हो नंद किशोर हो कर गयो मन की चोरी रे सुध बिसरा गया मोरी वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला पनगत पे बोली भैया मरोड़ी पनगत पे बोली भैया मरोड़ी मैं बोली तो मेरी मत की गोली पनगत पे बोली भैया मरोड़ी पनगत पे बोली भैया मरोड़ी मैं बोली तो मेरी मत की गोली भैया बरो कर बिनती है पर भैया बरो कर बिनती है पर माने नहीं के वो मोरी रे सुध बिसरा गया मोरी वो गाना एक बांसुरी वाला वो गाना एक बांसुरी वाला वो गाना एक बांसुरी वाला
सालवंत एक बार बोले श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय प्रवक्त जन शुभ स्वागत and welcome to this morning's Sandhya. As we join in Antishikaram Samskar, the funeral rites of our beloved father, I invite you all to please stand Karabujai. Let us all draw our palms together. As we close the physical eyes, we join in Pratna and pray. Hey Prabhu, हे सर्व सच्चिदानंद निराकार सर्वेश्वरा कोटि को बार बार नमस्कार करता हूँ भगवान may you open the doors of Hari Vaikuntha and may you accept this beautiful soul we pray. Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om He Ram He Ram He Ram हमें दया करो ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः ओम श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो नमो नमः ओम श्री गोविंदाय नमो नमः ओम अपवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्व अवस्थांगतोऽपि वा यस्मरित्र पुंडरीकाक्ष साभयंत्र सुचे ओम स्वस्ति न इंद्रो बृहस्व सर्वा स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो दरिष्टरेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पति दधातु पाय पृथिव्यां पायो श्रेषु पायो दिव्यंतरिक्षै संगम्यं रत्नमसि विष्णु स्थापसि विष्णु सुरासि विष्णु ध्रुवमसि विष्णु श्री विष्णु त्वम् ओम श्री विष्णु श्रीमद्भागवत महापुरुषोत्तमं पावकमानस्य आदि ब्राह्मण श्री देवरण्य कलियुगकलिपरम भारत स्कंदे चिराधीशे मुनिरसल चित्रगामी श्री महा कर्मकर्ता नामस्य प्रेत नामस्य श्री प्रेत नामस्य श्री अंत्येष्टिकरम संस्कार संकल्पं गरिष्ठे together we pray to Shri Krishna. Om Vasudevasudam Devam Kamsujanamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Mukam Karoti Vacharam Pangulam Yate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. एक बार बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. राम नाम सत्य है. You may have respect this. This morning, as we are about to commence our rituals, once more again, let me say Swagatam and welcome to our Sandhya. During our rituals, we realize that 5 manzil, 5 stops will be made. And during these manzil and stops, 5 pindas will be offered. And certain rituals will be done at that point in time. Why 5 stops and why 5 pindas are offered and why these special rituals are done? According to Garuda Puran, the body is comprised of the 5 elements. The first element to leave the body is the element of space. Sometimes days, hours, or mere moments before death. Some moments of speaking. Because the space in the body is now filled with liquid and cannot create sound. So the first element is no longer. The second element to leave the body is air, prana or breath. And when someone is no longer breathing, marga, the person is no longer. So the second element has left the body. The third element to leave the body is the fire element. If you were to feel your hands this morning, you will feel heat, which represents the fire element within the body. When someone dies, the heat begins to leave the body. So the third element is no longer. Leaving with that body today, 2 elements. The water element, the liquid within the body, and the earth element, which creates the body. And Garuda Puran says, these 2 elements should be disposed of as soon as possible. Hence the reason, the greatest way to dispose of the body is through the medium of cremation. Because the 2 elements are immediately shanti, no longer. So today we offer gratitude to Bhagavan. Our rituals this morning is very simple. Today we are simply offering gratitude to God, and we are simply thanking Bhagavan for allowing the Atma, the soul, a human body, whilst upon the earth. So this morning we begin with performing our purification whilst we begin our rituals. Hari Om. Om Sriya Pavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavasthangato Viva Yasmarat Pundarikaksha Sabhayantra Suche Om Swasti Naindro Brihasva Sarvaha Swasti Na Pusha Vishwa Viraha Swasti Na Sakshudrishtremi Swasti No Brihaspati Dadhartu Hari Om Sri Maha Gangajalashmanyam Mayadhyate Pretanantarayakam Pradishtatam Sri Govindai Namo Namaha Paramatmai Namam Adyam Pretasya Pretnamasya. Take his name. Sri Mahagangajalachman Mayadhyate Pretanantarayakam Pradishtam Om Ram Nam Satyame. So this time, my dear friends and devotees, Chandan is placed upon the body. And as the chandan is placed, when you are alive, the chandan is placed upwards. Because there's a jiva, life force within the body. The third eye is there, but today there is no longer a life force within the body. So the chandan is placed as a method and simply downwards. Om Sri Kasturi Dirakam Lalata Patale Vasyastale Kausubam Nasagre Varamukshitam Karatale Venu Hare Kandanam Sarvange Hari Chandanam Suraritam Kante Jamuktavare Gopi Sri Varamukshitam Karatale Venu Hare Kandanam Sarvange Hari Chandanam Suraritam Kante Jamuktavare Gopi Sri Varamukshitam Karatale Venu Hare Kandanam Sarvange Hari Chandanam Suraritam Kante Jamuktavare Gopi Sri Varamukshitam Karatale Venu Hare Kandanam. Together we chant the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everybody together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama to accept His humble offering.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. At this time, we are about to offer the malas. But the malas are burst this morning, signifying the attachment from the material world and the ascent onto the spiritual realm of Bhagwan Hari. As we burst the malas, we pray, Bhagwan, may this Atma detach itself from this material world, and may the Atma begin that beautiful journey to the Lok of Hari. Om Sri Arya Mupretasya Pretnamasya, to this in your mind. Sri Pushpam Hanamayadhyate Pretanandarayakam Pratishtatam Hari Om. Malikarini Sugandini Mallikahine Mahaprabhu Malahirtani Pucharitam Pushparhanam Mayadhyate Pretanantarayakam Pratishtam Hari Om. That's it. We praise the Tulsi. Vrindaye Tulasi Devyaye Pray Kesavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pradevi Satyavatya Namo Nama. Om Sri Mahatulsi Patra Dhanam Mayadhyate Pretanantarayakam Parishtam. एक बार पूरे कृष्ण भगवान की जय. राम नाम सत्य है. This morning, before we continue our rituals, before we join in Arti, etc., we join in a beautiful pravachan. We begin with a wonderful quote by Sri Satya Sai Baba. For Baba says, if you do not want to go into a marriage, you can cancel the engagement. If you do not want to go to the cinema, you can postpone it for our next day. But a journey that is called death can neither be cancelled nor postponed. We make preparations for a wedding sometimes months, years in advance. Isn't that so? We make preparations to go to the cinema maybe days or hours in advance. But the question that is posed before all of us here this morning, what preparations are you making for the journey that is called death? We talk about everything and we make preparation for everything. But how many of us make preparations for death? From the time someone begins to talk about death, what did they say? Well, hush your mouth and you're an idiot. Isn't that so? But the only thing that is certain and sure in this life is what? Death. The most real thing is death. That of which has taken birth, that is certain unto thee. And likewise, we must begin to prepare for the journey that is called death. This morning as we gather here, it is actually a wake-up call for all of us. That one day to come, we too will be lying just like this. But when? None of us knows. None of us knows when that day is going to come in. We think it's when we get old. But Uncle is very fortunate to live in his old age. Many people are dying before that. And we see this day after day, isn't that so? Then how do we prepare for this journey that is called death? I'm not speaking about which funeral agency, what clothes you want to wear, what type of box. That doesn't matter that day. What preparations are you making with the Creator for the journey that is called death? But then the question arises, how do we prepare for the journey that is called death? Bhagwan Shri Ram tells to us, through the medium of Ramchandra Manas, Kishkinda Khan, Shri Ram speaks to Bharat, Lakshmana and Shatrughan. What he says, we listen together. Jaya Ram Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Jaya Ram Shri Rama. Embrace the path of bhakti, devotion. He says this body is very precious. What he says about his body? To himself. He says if you want to find happiness in the present and in the hereafter, embrace the path of bhakti, devotion. What is devotion? Devotion is serving God. He says, "Bade baag mein manushya ka rupawa." Human birth is the greatest gift from God, and use it to serve God. When you get up in the morning, what's the first thing you must do? What did you do yesterday morning? You say, "Oh God, it's Monday again," but yesterday was Tuesday. When we get up in the morning, sometimes we say, "God, you mean how you go to work today again?" But how many times do we get up in the morning and say, "Bhagwan, thank you for another day. Thank you, Bhagwan, that I have a job to go to." People who have job nowadays. Oh, you know that, right? Thank you, Bhagwan, for the little bhojan you have to eat. Instead we complain about what you have to eat, people who have food. How many of us are grateful for these little things in life? He says, use this human birth to serve God. We are sent upon this earth because of our karma from our previous birth. And use this birth to burn that karma to attain what? Mukti, moksha, liberation. And the only way to attain mukti or liberation, the goal of life, is by serving God. And using this birth to burn that karma by serving God. What is devotion? Service to God. Many people think serving God is get up in the morning and offer 20 lota and har. And in the evening light all the diya you have in the house. While offering a dar is great. Lighting your diya is very good. But sometimes you offer all the dar and then the neighbor dog come across. What has happened? Harper is started. These Trinidad know it. Say, once all of these things are great, you must have a great mind frame too. Not every morning you might be able to get up and offer lota dhar, or light a diya, or perform puja because of your lifestyle. Isn't that so? It is reality. Then how would you serve God? Once a week? Once a month? Or once a year for Diwali? How would you serve God? It is said service to humanity is service to... Oh, you never hear that in William, sir? Where are you from in Reform? You don't hear that regular. Service to humanity is service to God. If every day of your life when you meet somebody, you tell them something to inspire them, to motivate them, to help them, you are truly serving God. Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, you know what he says? With a son. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Padram Pushpam Palam Toyam, Yogi Bhakta Priyachade, Yattaham Sri Jabhyah, Bolo Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Prabhu Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Baba Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Everybody, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Krishna Sharanam. He says, Patra Pushpam Palam Toyam, Yogi Bhakta Prachate. He says, those who offer to me a leaf, a flower, fruit, or a drop of water, attain liberation of mukti. What is the leaf that Bhagavan speaks about? Many of us might say tools, leaf and palm, leaf and thing. Bhagavan has created all of those leaves. And we offer these leaves to God out of gratitude, and sometimes because we want something from God. Because many times the only time we pray is when we want something. What is the leaf he speaks about? When last have you looked at your hands? And look at the leaf. Just as there are veins in the leaf, there are veins in your hands. This is the leaf we speak about. How do we offer our hands to God? Service to humanity is service to, oh you forget? Service to humanity is service to God. Use these hands wisely. Use them to serve God. Whenever you get the opportunity to do something good with these hands, grasp that opportunity. If somebody invites you for puja and say, babe, come help me make the chana, or help me make the persad, go and do it with love. If you get an invitation to go to the mandir and help, go and do it with a good mind and a good heart. But in today's world, you know what we just do? Baba just go and help them make the persad, because I have press coming up for the Diwali, and she go come and help them make the roti now. You know, flour price and roti price gone up. This is how we just do things in today's world. It's do for do. But how many times do we do things from our hearts? He says, Patram Pushpam, use these hands to do good things. But when you get the opportunity to do good things with these hands, it says Patram Pushpam. Pushpam means flowers. Why do we offer flowers in Sanatana Dharma? Have you ever noticed everything that we do, we offer flowers? If we are doing a havan, a puja, even this morning, the Atyeshti Samskar, we are offering flowers. Everything that we do, we offer flowers. And why? Flowers symbolizes love. When you get the opportunity to do something good, do it from your heart with love. Seek nothing in return. And whenever you do something from your heart, whenever you do something with love, you know what happens when that time becomes successful? Tears begin to flow from the eyes. Tears of joy and contentment. This is what Christian Bhagwan speaks about. But he also speaks about the fruits. And what are the fruits? The fruits of your actions. What you plant is what you are going to reap. If you do good, you are going to reap good. And if you do bad, Jai Bhagwan. There's only two things that one could carry with them when they depart from this world. Anybody know what's the two things? Not the 2 piece, not the 2 inch and you still and fight for it. That does remain here. Not Papa Biraya. That remain here for somebody else to kill and fight for. Wake up this morning and realize that. The land, the gold, the deed, all that is remain right here. See that today? Uncle carrying anything? All is going by the creek. So why kill and fight for 2 inch land? Why kill and fight for a Bera? This is reality, this happens every home. When it is remain right here and some bandit will come and take it and go with it. Have you ever thought about that? There are two things you can carry with you. Not even this body that is boast about who black and who white and who fat and thin and pretty and ugly. That is remain right here and go down by the creek. What is the Abhiman and ego about? Two things you can carry with you. Karma pranal ek samrata. You see the good things that you have done from your heart, and you didn't get recognition for it or not even a thank you, you carry that with you. And you see the bad things you did, and you thought you get away. You could run, you could hide, you could fake, you could do what you want. You carry that with you too when you're going. You might fool people, but you can't fool God. The bad things that you have done, your day will come to when you have to carry that karma. Pray and ask God to pay faith here, no. Don't carry it when you go. Pay faith right here. Sometimes we have to come to reality and ask God to help me pay for all the bad things I do here. Because my day will come too. And don't let me carry it, because there's the only two things you will carry with you. The good and the bad that you have done. Hence the reason this morning Prabhupada is teaching us to live a peaceful life. To live a life of togetherness. People make mistakes in life. Nobody's perfect, you know. People will make mistakes in life. And when they realize their mistakes and seek forgiveness, give forgiveness wherever it is seek. You know why? Because you too are not perfect. You too are not perfect. Don't wait for the day when somebody lying in a box then to go and cry. Don't wait for the day when somebody lying in a box then to put a mala, then to do RT, and then to regret anything. Do it now while the person is alive, my dear friends. These are just the rituals that are prescribed here. This morning I remind you, do good and good will follow you. It is said that the strength of the traveler lies in the extent of the actual preparation made for the particular journey. Begin to pack your suitcase for that. And what you could pack in it? The good and the bad that you have done. Not the land, not Mama Bira, and not the money from the bank account. Only the good and the bad things. The Bhajan says to us, one day to come we all will leave this world empty-handed. Death does not distinguish between the king or the beggar. In today's world, don't have no king. But when we have a little bit of money, we'll still be better than the poor people. One sickness take you and all your money go by the doctor. You get poor now. Isn't that so? The Bhajan says one may study the Vedas and the Puranas, still they cannot grasp the mystery of death. For the only one to ferry the boat of life across the ocean of mundane existence is who? Bhagwan, my dear friends. Begin to get close to God. Whatever form you may visualize God, whatever name you may call God, begin to serve God. The Bhajan says, Ishwara Allah Tere Naam Sabko Sanmati He Bhagwan. We may call God by many names and visualize God by many forms. Whatever name you may call God, begin to serve God. Begin to do the righteous things. Begin to seek forgiveness. We join the beautiful bhajans. एक दिन छोटी जाए संसार एक दिन छोटी जाए संसार ओ एक दिन छोटी जाए संसार वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहुविधि पद वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहुविधि पद कोई ना पावत पारो कोई ना पावत पारो एक दिन ज्योति कोई दिन ज्योति one may study the Vedas and the Puranas, still we cannot grasp the mystery of death. Even though we know all the scriptures, when death comes, you know what happens? Reality knocks on your door. Then one day to come, you too are going to be lying like this. Begin to serve God. No, my dear friends. Raja Ranga koi kadane hi Raja Ranga koi kadane hi sabka karat yamaro sabka karat yamaro ek din jyoti koi kadin jyoti jai sansar koi kadin jyoti jai sansar. For that doesn't distinguish between the king or the beggar. It calls for everyone, my dear friends. Begin to live a life of unity. Despite if you may have more than others, help others. Why? When you depart from this world, the wealth remains right here. Use it to do good things. Use it to help the poor. Use it to serve God, my dear friends. Bahut sagar mein jeevan naiya bahut sagar mein jeevan naiya श्री भगवान की जय. My dear friends, devotees and mothers, this morning's pravachan has taught us so many things for life. This morning's pravachan has prepared us for the journey that is called life, my dear friends. It is never too late to change, and you are never too old to learn. Before I conclude this morning's pravachan, I share with you a little kahani. There once there were a king and a servant. The king was sitting on the throne and the servant on the gateway. So Yamraj came to the gateway. Everybody know who is Yamraj? Or you don't know? One day you can find out. Yamraj is the Lord of Death. Yamraj came to the gateway and he told his servant, I am here to meet with the Raja, the king. So the servant said, listen, you have to wait by the gate and I will bring the king from the kingdom. So Yamraj said, listen, time is against me. I am going to make my rounds and bring the Raja by the gate. So the servant went into the kingdom and he said, Raja, Yamraj wants to meet with you. He said, come by the gate. If you hear Yamraj coming to meet with you, what time it is? Anybody know? Oh yeah, no? Time to go. Anytime Yamraj come and you see Yamraj, when anybody tell you it's Yamraj, it's time to go. And so, my dear friends, the king thought he was very smart. You know, sometimes the leaders think they are smart. He thought he was very smart. So he looked at his servant and he said, listen, would you like to be king for a day? So the servant said, of course. So the king took out his garments and gave it to the servant to wear. And the king wore his servant garments. So he looked at the servant with his guise as the king and he said, right, we'll use the king today, sit down on the throne. So while he's sitting on the throne, the king disguised as his servant goes by the gateway. So Yamraj came. He said, I thought I'd tell you to bring the king. He said, listen, I opened the door already. He sits down on the throne, go straight inside the kingdom and you can take him right in. Yamraj said, listen, time is against me. Forget the king and I'll carry you instead. Death does not distinguish between the king or the beggar. He calls for everyone. You cannot run and you cannot hide. Do good and good will follow you. Never be bad, my dear friends. As I mentioned earlier, we are not perfect. We all make mistakes in life. Seek forgiveness. Do not take that karma with you when you go. Pay that karma rightly. Do your best. Try your best. We are only human beings, my dear friends. एक बार बोले सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. So at this time I'd like to invite Rishma to the microphone to do the eulogy.
Sitaram, Assalamu alaikum. A pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Respected Pandit, elders, family, friends, well-wishers. We all are here today to celebrate the life of an extraordinary soul, Mr. Harrypersad Dhanpath. Harrypersad Dhanpath, also lovingly known as Hitler or Paulo, and to many especially Embarco as brother, was born on 9th November 1944 to the loving and caring parents, Dhanpath and Bibia. He was a loving brother of many, too many names to call. You all know who you are. At a very young age, he met and married the love of his life, Auntie Mina. This marriage was filled with 5 bundles of joy, his children, Nomi, Tony, Vishal, Vijay, and the late Vishal. He was also the loving father-in-law of Prakash, Wendy, Kimberly, and Trisha. Uncle Paolo, or Uncle Hitler, was later blessed with 5 beautiful grandchildren, Candice, Kevin, Justin, Jason, and Haley. To add to the family circle, he was fortunate to have a grandson-in-law, Sonny, and a granddaughter-in-law, Diana. He was further blessed with 2 great grandchildren, Jaden and Caitlin. His love for his family and to ensure they all achieve success was his only goal. During the years, Uncle Paolo worked tediously throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad as a truck driver to ensure his family needs were met. During the cane, or as we say, the crop time, he worked at a reformed sugar factory, and in the rainy season, he worked at Gopalan's hardware. From there, he started working at Kennicon, where he retired as a truck driver. Apart from his duty as a husband and father, he played an important role in the lives of many. It would be remiss if I don't mention his second family in Barako, the family who loved him not only as a brother, but also as a father figure to us all. Uncle Paulo, or Uncle Hitler, was a person of integrity, kindness, compassion, and never failed to give good advice, especially to the younger ones. He always encouraged us to work hard, to work honest, and to always put God in front. The word no was never in his vocabulary. Whenever you asked Uncle Paulo for assistance, he never hesitated and was always early and always on time. It is indeed a very sad day for us. Sorrow fills our heart, a sorrow that is deep and personal. Uncle Paulo has silently closed the door of life and departed from us. Our lives will be empty in the areas he had brightened us. Uncle Paulo is gone, but the world is left without an extraordinary man. If I am permitted, I just want to say a few words on behalf of my father, whom most of you call Uncle KG, but as Uncle Paulo called Raja Boj. All of us at my home call Uncle Paulo brother. Brother was more than a brother to my dad. He was his support, his strength, his advisor, and since my dad had the stroke, he has even been his caregiver whenever we attended any functions. No matter what the situation was at the home, whether it was happiness, whether it was sorrow, whether it was sickness, brother was always there, supporting and comforting us and ensuring us that everything will be okay. I know my dad will miss him dearly, and no one can replace that void. We pray that his soul have everlasting peace and happiness and become one with Sri Krishna. Uncle Paulo, you will be greatly missed by many, many people. Our lives will go on without you, but nothing is the same. We have to hide our heartaches when someone speaks your name. Sad are the hearts that love you, silent the tears that fall. Living our lives without you is the hardest part of all. You did so many things for us. Your heart was kind and true. And when we needed someone, we could always count on you. The special years will not return when we were all together, but the love within our hearts, you will walk with us forever. Om Sat Gati.
So this time, if there's anyone who would like to say a few words, you can do so very quickly.
It is indeed a great pleasure for me to come and sing at Harrypersad. Mr. Hitler and I grew up in this village for many years. He's a hard-working person and a very devoted person. So I sing this bhajan.
Good morning. around each and everyone that you. Well, my name is Kenneth and I'm from Harrypersad. I was a total stranger to this family and eventually became a friend. And Paulo, over the years, said by continuing being a friend with his family. All within the family, well, we maintain that relationship. And no longer here, I will still maintain that relationship. And what I want to do, I could do with him when he was alive. So it is a very short song. From this home, this day, oh Hitler, you'll be leaving. We would miss your bright eyes and sweet smiles, and we'll always remember the good times we shared together with you. And to you, our love is still so true. Now you have gone and left us all in pain. And in our hearts, oh Hitler, you would always remain. For all your good deeds did not go in vain. And how we wish you were still alive to be amongst us yet here again. And we'll surely miss the water, meaning you, Hitler. Now that the well has run dry, you might be leaving some with tears in your eyes, for you always made them feel so proud and high. And all we can say to you, Hitler, thanks for everything that you did for one and all of us, and goodbye.
Boleh Surma Pati Mahali Viki, Jai, as we join our Panchak rites, I invite members of our group this morning to lead us in a beautiful bhajan.
Sit around everyone, and I can't say welcome, but in the presence of all of us here, we say goodbye to brother. I want to say on behalf of the family and all the brothers, Uncle Beniram, Uncle Maniram, Uncle Mukesh, my father, we say goodbye to a great soul, a man who gave us all advice that we need to live a happy life, a good life, and show us the right path that we want to follow. And remember, we never say when God can come and send someone, and believe that today God sent someone to this family. A person who is our pandit in New York is present here today, and I will ask him to give us his blessing on this sorrowful time. And the Prakash, could you give us a blessing on me?
Principal Vindravan Vihari Lavali ki Jai. I am a total stranger here. I don't know this family. Seated here and looking at the amount of people that is present here today, it speaks a lot about the gentleman who is lying lifeless. I know Auntie Naomi and the son-in-law, Frank. I'm the pundit of the granddaughter. I'm the pundit of Mukesh. So yesterday, coming down on the flight, everybody was in the airport and they were wondering, oh, Pandit is here, he's going to Trinidad. I tell my children, because my children indicated to me that you only go to Trinidad to do prayers and wedding, and we don't have time to do nothing. So they promised to go to the water park. So I left them sleeping and I ran away to the funeral. So I hope I could fulfill that promise to them when I get back. Now when we look at the scriptures, Bhagavan Shri Krishna speaks to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he says to Arjuna, Asochanam vasochastram pragya vashabhashate gatasun gatasusya nanu sochya pandita. A lot of us talking about grieving, a lot of us talking about missing. Today the soul is the happiest person here, because the soul is going back to his maker. Who wants to come back again and go through what we went through in life here? Raise your hand. Nobody, right? So then why not listen to the Bible and do the right thing? माता तोहरे भवन भैले धीरा भवन कैसे लिपल जाए नव से अहिरा भवन बीच में माता गोबरियावत भैले धीरा भवन कैसे लिपल जाए. The most important thing in this life is preparation. And if you cannot prepare to lose. It's either you prepare to win, or you prepare to lose. The purpose of this body that we all carry around is to help us to elevate the individual soul within this body. And if we cannot elevate the soul and give the soul that opportunity, then what is the purpose of this human body? You buy a new brand BMW and you pack it up in your yard. And guess what? You're running on public transport. What is the purpose of that BMW? To shine it up every weekend and take a drive and show people you have a BMW? The BMW is what you have. You see this sharir, this body? Is the BMW. What do we do with this human body? If this body cannot fulfill the purpose of elevating the individual soul, then we all fail in life. And I will tell you something, as leaders in society, most times, sometimes when we see people commit suicide, as leaders sometimes we fail. Sad to say. But that person could not reach out to somebody and explain what they were feeling. For when we look at the individual soul, the soul is longing. Pinjare ke panchi tera tar jani ko tera jani ko. You see the individual souls? Today the soul of Mr. Hitler, Uncle Paulo, is wavering right here in the air. None of us could see. But he's happy because he's going back to his maker. He no longer has to go through the trials and tribulations that we all have to face in this world. The politics that we have to face in this world. He's a free soul. But where is his karma going to take him? This is why he's lying lifeless, Shabda Sharir, and he's telling all of us to prepare yourself. One day, you will be in that position. This is why my New York people know. I tell them, it's either you make it or you break it. Don't waste time. People like to go to temple and sit down and say, this is the amount of Harrypersad Dhanpath. I wonder what they cook. So a little bit of food. We go for these kind of things because we live in a material world. But you have to be beyond the material world, because the material world will only help you up to a point. You see, when Mr. Hitler reached that fire, and the fire begins to burn, all of you are going to turn me back and go back home. Who remains there? He and he alone. And one day you and you alone will be in that same position. And if you do not utilize the time you have here now to better yourself, then you're lost in life. And many of us lose because you know why? We all get caught up in Maya and illusion. We get caught up in the material world. When we get caught up in the material world, we live a material life. We forget the destiny that we all have to reach in life. This destiny is inevitable. One day to come, ek din hame bhi jana hai. We have to go. How many of us making changes to prepare ourselves for this journey? People still want to argue. Again, on the bad driving road, they want to come out with a cutlash. They want to come up, in New York, they come up with gun. And people still live this life. Sometimes you bump somebody, you bump into them, It's a problem. Sometimes you go on a public transport, you see somebody facing the money, you want to run and hide. People are not learning. People are not changing. People still being people in the material world. Imagine people die. This guy was such a great guy. So much advice to so many people. But how much are you going to change your life? How much are you going to be like him? We need more like him. But people don't change. People still live in the material plane. People still fighting for house and land and money and riches, as the Bible rightly said. They're fighting for Mama Vera. I tell old people, take your money and go on vacation. Take a boat cruise. Go and see the world. Don't leave money for children. When you die, children fight and kill each other. Brothers don't talk to brothers and sisters don't talk to sisters. For the little bit of money these estate people work for. You think that's right? Why do they work for their own money? Parents who spoil their children and give them that attitude. So it can't change. That is my only son now, what I will do? This is for my son. This is for my daughter. So when you spoil them like that, imagine the sacrifices you make in life and your children didn't add up to nothing that you do and you did in life. What is the purpose of that? In this life, we're not here to lose. We're here to attain. We're here to achieve. We're here to accumulate. We're here to better ourselves. Imagine you have a perfect human body. And if you cannot utilize this human body in the right way, in the right format, what is the purpose of the human body? You know, we might see a disabled person with a wheelchair trying to roll and go into the temple and reach the murti. We have people who are strong, healthy, powerful, and they will not get off the chair to go and put the flowers by the murti. What is the purpose of that? I stopped begging people to do that because right now in my temple, I tell people, hey, the milk is free, you don't have to pay for it. Somebody buy the milk, just take it and offer it to the lingam. And people still will not do that. In Trinidad, you get free flowers, or you pick the neighbor flowers. And you carry that, put it in the temple, you offer it. In New York, we have to buy flowers. And people will buy the flowers. But they will bring it and put it in a bunch and give you it there. They will not take it and offer it to the murti. Somehow or the other, we're missing something to reach the next step in life. This life is all about attainment, in attaining oneness with Bhagavan. Why do we grieve for those we shouldn't grieve for, but yet we speak like a wise individual? We all talk nicely, we all talk powerful, we all talk good. But guess what? When death comes, we all grieve, we all cry. Only because of the mamata, the attachment that we all accumulated with that individual. Now the chain is broken, what is going to happen? And life goes on. If the president, then the prime minister, then they put the next person in charge and the country goes on, life goes on, everything goes on. So I don't think why people just behave the way they behave sometimes. When the man was living and the man had nobody to talk to, he alone sit down. You know, like sometimes I see and witness in this life, our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents alone living. Nobody don't have time for them. To even take them to the supermarket, to take them to the bank, or do something for them. But when they're dead, all of them come into cry. For what? Is to run some of them. I am very frank when I talk. I don't like to butter up nothing and talk sweet. When people need you, you have to be there for them. Like for instance, I know Mukesh had prayers earlier this year. He invited me to the prayers in Barrackpore. I was in Trinidad in June. I couldn't make it. But the funeral, I tried everything to make it to a funeral. Because this is important. This is what life is about. And if we fail devotees, we will never be able to get back this chance again in your life. Consider this moment the last moment in your life. When you walk out here, you don't even know what is going to happen. Because people still have hate, people still have jealousy, people still have anger. Why are you toting feelings? You think it makes sense toting any feelings? They don't make sense toting anything. Just let everything go. Let people be as they are, and you do the right thing. And once you do the right thing, it's going to be beautiful. You know, the poet puts it so beautifully. Hari ho Rama milana kabaho andiswala garahi. Hari ho Rama milana kabaho andiswala garahi. Dekhiya rathava mein indrana pahiya ho. Dekhiya rathava indrana pahiya. Bhavane bandha chale, o bhavane bandha chale, andiswala garahi. Hari ho Rama milana kabaho andiswala garahi. Jagat swapna sushpati turiya ho. Jagat swapna sushpati turiya. Jito dabarama mile, o jito dabarama mile, andiswala garahi. Hari ho Rama milana kabaho andiswala garahi. Hari ho Rama milana kabaho andiswala garahi. The poet says, Jagat swapna sushpati turiya jito dabarama mile. He said, oh man, when are you going to wake up? But if you look around, everybody is waking, right? Everybody is sleeping in the chair? Nobody is sleeping. But the poet is saying, wake up. He simply wants us to wake up. The spiritual eye must be awakened. These eyes that we have is for the material world, because everything this eye see, the eye wants. We need to let go and open up the spiritual eyes. When we open the spiritual eyes, then we'll have that expression, that power to elevate our soul. On behalf of myself, my family, and everybody in New York, we bring greetings to Auntie Naomi in Prague on the loss of your dad. It's a pleasure to be here. I feel very happy that I'm able to stand here, but we all support you. We're all there for you guys when you return back home. Jai Sitaram.
Praise Ramavati Mahadev ki jai. Let me say a special thank you to Panditji for the beautiful katha this morning. Kalau Jai, let us all stand as we join in our final arati as I invite members of our group to lead us in our concluding arati.
Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare, Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare.
headed out in key. Do we have respectful seats at this time as we invite the immediate family members to come forward and to perform the arti, while members of the group will lead us in the couple of marches.
Charlotte boy. Charlotte boy. Bati, Jaya Bati.
Let us do also one moment before we start the meet and greet, and let us be reminded the funeral is still in progress, okay? So at this time, let us do the pratna, and then we invite those to come very quickly and put their flowers due before we leave. Satya Sanatana Dharma ki jai. Let us pause for 2 minutes and let us clasp our hands together as we close the physical eyes to join in prarthana and prayer. हे प्रभु हे सर्व सच्चिदानंद निराकार सर्वेश्वरा कोटि को बार नमस्कार करता हूँ व्यास भगवान कृष्णा तो अपनी always safari vaikuntha to absolute beautiful souls. If you have made any mistakes whilst upon this journey of life, we ask Bhagwan, may you please forgive that soul for the soul in the form of a human being. Let us all pray. Om mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktahinam janaranam yat pujitam maya deva paripurnam darasname kahena vacha manasendreva puryatmanava prakatim subhautam karome yagya sakalam parashme narayanaiti samarapayami. Together. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva jasaka tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva sarvam mama deva Om aditino deva sanka chakra dharara antariksha pundrikaksha preta moksha pradho bhava. Hari Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Ram Nam Ram Nam. Those who like to queue before we leave for cremation will do so very easily.
Anh chưa mua vào đi. Để việc lại phải mua vào. Có khối đấy mà.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Such a hurry.
Signal tu ni kom nang lagi apa lagi bos ni lalu ni bos.
Dah tu ni.
Kom lagi bos. Sudah ni bos.
Ya, dah kau di. Bring on our drive.
Kau ni hold drive mana?
Ram na.
Hey. Tani.
मैं हो गया
All right. Right.
not so. Yeah, go find them. Ram Nam. How about this one? Om Sri Mahapanchatan Vashanti Ajpanyam Mayadhyate Prindaram Tadayakam Pratishtam Shri Govindaya Namah Paramatramaya Namo Namah. Om Shri Maha Pratama Mayadhyate Prindaram Tadayakam Pratishtam. Om Shri Ganga Jalachman Mayadhyate Prindaram Tadayakam. Hola casa. What about like that? Om Sri Amudhari Mahagauri Haryama Pitra Devta ki Jai. Take you dip the water again and a fire. Om Shri Bandhani Suyaravari Surupa Prabhuram Harikarapan Sanjayam Just keep it narrow. So, break it in four. Pull on the other hand. One piece right hand. Pranaya Namaha, Pranaya Namaha, Yanaya Namaha, Samanaya Namaha. Very good. Fellas, I hold it with the cloth now, right? Foot first, right? When I hold turn, foot first. Foot first, turn. Ram Nam, Satya Hai. 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 Om Sri Mahadragyam Vinnami Adyam Pritasya Purnama Siddhikinim Tarpanam Mayadya Tidritanandayakam Pratishtam Kalsa. Om Ram Nam Satya Hai. 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 Dwari Shantyashmanmayadhyate Pretanantadayakam Padishtam. Om Sri Maha Prityam Pinnamayadhyate Pretanantadayakam Padishtam. Are you right? Pull it on. Pull it on. Om Arya Mupritasya Pritnamasya Tikim Tarpanam Mayadhyate Pretanantadayakam Padishtam. Om Yam Dwari Mahavavyananda Adyam Mayadhyate Pretanantadayakam Padishtam. Om Sri Govindaya Namo Namah. Aryama Pitra Devta Adyam Mayadhyate Pretanantadayakam Padishtam. Aryama Pitra Devta Ki Jai. Om Manhabhini Sumyadavani Good on the shoulder now, right? Up on the shoulder, up. Very good. Ram Nam Ram Nam Ram Nam Follow me. Ram Nam 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 Satya hai 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 Ram Nam Pretanantadayakam Shambhuvindaya Namo Namah Namasamai Namo Namah. Om Shri Mahasmutam Pritnamayadhyate Pretanantadayakam Padishtam. Shri Pritnamayadhyate Namah. Om Arya Mupritasya Pritnamasya Tikinim Tarpanam Mayadhyate Pretanantadayakam Padishtam. Om Shri Harti Yam Dwari Mahagauri Ananda Shantyartyam Mayadhyate Pretanantadayakam Padishtam. Om Ram Nam Om Ram Nam Aryama Pitra Devta Ki Very good. Kan làm nhiều đi sang đâu rồi đấy. When I take him below Pandina, Holy Golden Era. Om Hinanya Garbhas Matagri Buddha Sajapati Graitam Dakshinadhan Muyatam Ghan Parmeshwar. I think one piece. Put it on here. Om Hiranya Garbhas Matagri Buddha Sajapati Graitam. Each nostril. Om Shri Mahahiranya Garbhas Matagri Bhuta Sajapati Grahitam Dakshinadhanam Mayadhyate. Next nostril. Next nostril. I'm on it. Take the sandalwood. If you saw wood, press it on it. You can't find rest on top. Just have it. When you have haribas, can you look at Fellas, I think about the flowers and yes, we fill that, right? Even the pen and the doll. Right? Think of all the flowers. All the flowers. I think in the white clothes we made it and the pen, right?
After that.
Yeah. As usual. Can we come back and open it around?
Yeah, sounds like foolish
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright, so colors we got fine from the chest, go straight to the foot, nothing on the face. Just take the basket and rest the place.
Let's go straight down. Let's go run your hand straight down. Put your hands on the chest. Empty it out on the chest. Sorry, there's not much food around. Chest, no, come up.
And then to the heater.
Oh, you're leaving the cloth on the ground now, right? Right. Om Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Satya. Ram Nam, Satya. Ram Nam, Satya. What's the center? Right. Me and my friend, everybody's in the back of your hands. Om Mani Deva Sankha Chakragrara Antariksha Pundarikasha Preta Mukshaha Pradhu Bhava Sri Aryama Putra Devta Karmagi Devta Pistasam Puchanam Mayadhyati Pradaikam Patishyatam Om Shri Sarva Pitra Devta Tarpanam Mayadhyati Pretanandadaikam Patishyatam Om Shri Yam Dwari Mahagauri Ananta Panchtatva Shanti Adyam Pretanandadaikam Karavagin Devta Vahanam Samatpayami. Do the same mix of everything. You'll find like this, right? Like a picture marble, right? So the closing is the color, look.
Go for the plate, Harry. There is the plate. But I don't know what's that.
Om Shri Siddhiputrikayabhyam Namah Swadha. Om Antarikshayabhyo Namah Swadha. Om Laumayabhyo Namah Swadha. Om Adhyabhyo Namah Swadha. Om Nibhyabhyo Namah Swadha. Om Putayabhyo Namah Swadha. Om Chakshushabhyo Namah Swadha. Om Shokayabhyo Namah Swadha. Om Majabhyo Namah Swadha. Om Mebhyo Namah Swadha, Om Snanavabhyo Namah Swadha, Om Ashtabhyo Namah Swadha, Om Siddhi Putrikayabhyam Namah Swadha, Om Nachatrebhyo Namah Swadha, Om Savanaya Namah Swadha, Om Nachatre Namah Swadha, Om Adhyabhyo Namah Swadha, Om Nibhyabhyo Namah Swadha, Om Putayabhyo Namah Swadha, Om Chakshushebhyo Namah Swadha, Om Shokayabhyo Namah Swadha, Om Aryama Pitrabhyo Namah Swadha, Sarva Pitrayabhyo Namah Swadha, Sarva Pitrabhyo Namah Swadha, Om Shri Karvagindevtabhyo Namah Swadha, Karvagindevtabhyo Namah Swadha, Karvagindevtabhyo Namah Swadha. Skip up everything. Vegetarian, final Sarvam Vaipurna Gom Shanti Swaha. Vegetarian one side. Open your hand like this. Don't let the water fall on top of you, and then you throw it one side. Om Sarva Papa Haram Divyam, Hangayam Nirmalam Charam Chukam, Hangajal Achman Mayadhyate Pretanandadayakam Pratishtam Govindaya Namo Namah. About the fire. Bole Karvagindevta ki jai. Holy Puja. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyo ko dukha dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare, jab char taraf andiyara ho, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, और कोई न केवल हारा हो, फिर मेरा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जो चाहे तो सब कुछ करे, कृष्ण को भी अमृत करे। जो चाहे तो सब कुछ करे, कृष्ण को भी अमृत करे। पूर्ण करे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण करे सबकी आशा, जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। ओम राम नाम। Om Shri Maha Adhyamupritasya Pritnamasya. Let it fall on top of the ground. Om Adhyamupritasya Pritnamasya Shri Maha Churitamya. Let it fall on top of the ground. Tip by your finger now. So. Top of the ground. Right. Like this now. Haryama Pitra Devtabhyo Namaha Shri Mahatarpa. Open your hand. Open your hand. Tarpanam Mayadhyati Pritahantaraikam Padishtam. You have funny water. Open your hand. Watch me. Watch me carefully. Open your hand. Right. Over 3 tree right now. Dia mukprita separate nam upmeta. Right. Next side. Take a father name. Terpanam maya tiati. Bretanan like this. Bretanan tadai company. Right. Left, right, front, back, center. Oh yeah, that's alright. So you forget a good reminder, right? Very grasp for your hand. Take out the ring with the grass. Face it fine.
Plant the grass.
No, don't worry. You're happy about everything. Just follow them. Right?
I started that from the morning. Yeah.
We pray. We ask you, Lord Vishnu, to accept the beautiful soul and to bestow blessings upon that heart. Hari Om Shantakaram Bhujagashahinam Paramanabam Suresham Vishwararam Gaganasadesham Megavranam Subhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanainam Yogi Vridyanigamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhaiharanam Sarvalokeka Natanam Om Anitino Deva Sanka Chakragrara Antariksha Pundrikaksha Preta Mukshaha Pradhuva Om Ram Nam Ram Nam Ram Nam. Rest of the grass. Lucy grass. Pull the grass and pull it down. Pull down upright. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Pull out the grass. We'll lie down. Bow tree. So you come back in the morning to pick up the ashes. Make sure you come early. I will send the thing on Kimberly phone. All what are you doing when I come and what you do from day until day. Right? And this is how you don't have that. Yeah, that's sending by when it comes to here. Fellas, this is the man. Hold it in the car.
I just tell him something. He said yes. I said that for